Hey, how's it going? My name is Sean, and I've been working in the animation industry here in Ireland for years, for about 6, I think. I've animated on a few shows, I've designed props on 3, I think, and for the past 4 or 5 months, I've been working as a proper character designer. It's my first time officially in this role where that is all I am doing. I've designed characters, done turnarounds, expression sheets. Obviously, I'm relatively new to it. I'm not claiming to be the best. I know I have loads to learn, but even still, in a pretty short space of time, I've learned so much, and it's got me looking back at everything that I've ever drawn with completely different eyes, and I'm seeing things that I would change. Originally, I was planning on just taking another look at this turnaround. I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the design for most part. There's definitely things I would change. It's got a weirdly small ass. Little cheeks just fit into this tiny area. Obviously not the major concern, but it's just one thing that struck me. And so that was my original plan. There's just little things that I would tweak. And then I happened to be on my DeviantArt account, which I maintained a decade ago. And I found this turnaround. I drew it while I was in college. He was going to be the main character for a short film. I'm glad I never made it because it would have been terrible. I just think there'd be a bigger visual difference if I tackled this one, between the before and the after. So this is the one I'm going to look at. So let's bring it into Photoshop. So first of all, I'm not looking to totally redesign the character. I don't think it's the strongest design in the world, but I really just want to see if I can touch up the turnaround and just improve it a little bit with some of the stuff that I've learned over the last few months. I suppose the first thing that stands out to me is in the front view here, his arms are sort of weirdly thin and pinned to the side of his body. So I'd probably just bring those out, make it feel a bit more natural. This isn't really a 3/4 back view. It's kind of a weird in-between angle. I'm just going to cut it out for now and we'll move on. This head is so far in front of the body. It's kind of weird. I don't think I looked up an animate. I don't think I even looked at another person, let alone another, character sheet. Because the first thing I would have noticed is this looks bad. Because skulls are more this kind of, I know this is a cartoony version, but the neck kind of feeds into the middle of the head and not right at the back like I've done here. That's the reason it's jutting out so far forward. I kind of didn't really account for any of this, the meaty bit. I kind of like this shape, that's not a bad stance. But then I guess if I'm suggesting a belly, possibly in the side view, it doesn't exist here in the 3/4. So maybe I'd put that in a little bit. His legs are quite straight here and then they flare out in the 3/4 view. So I'll bring those in a little bit. I feel if I just drag this head back, maybe stretch it slightly, it will instantly make it better. I wasn't far off, I don't think, but there was obviously things that I just wasn't sure about and didn't know how to tackle. Whenever I have to do anything that I'm not sure about on camera, I tend to stall, and it's funny because I totally know I'm doing it and I'm doing it now. So I think I just need to dive in, we'll get going. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this. Maybe there'll be bits of music while I draw for some sections and then I'll dip back out and speak when I've got something to say. Does that sound good? Okay, we'll dive in. When I was doing front views, I would, you change something on one side, you get it looking good, but you can't really tell how it looks because the other side is still lopsided. You're trying to get the volumes to match, right, on either side, and you'd kind of work on one side and it would look pretty good, but it's hard to tell, does that work when you actually flip it? And so what I would do is mark a line in the center, delete the bit I don't want, copy it, paste it, flip it, move it into place, and then realize, oh, you know what, that makes his head too wide overall or whatever. With the symmetry tool, you can kind of see it happening in real time, and you can tell if the head is turning out too thin or whatever and adjust course really quickly. I felt there was a good bit of guesswork and fiddling until you got it right, and this symmetry tool just kind of takes that guessing out of it. I guess I should probably tell you like the story of this guy. It's not good. I don't know why animation students tend to like try and do gut-wrenching stories, you know, just do like a funny little cartoon. But he was it was like a dad spending the day with his daughter after their mom had passed away, and so that's why he looked so tired in the original. And so I guess if like that is the story that you're telling, maybe you have to keep some of that essence in his design, and maybe me drawing him here smiling like doesn't serve the purpose quite in the right way. But you know, in the film you can just give him a little sad face so he doesn't have to be smiling. I think we want to move these in a little closer together, like that. I think we want to widen out his hips. And then I think we need to widen out his torso. Give him more of like a pear belly shape. A dad bod, if you will. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll copy that, go undo everything back to the way I was, and then paste it, and then I can do the flicky back and forth thing. Yeah, right? That looks way better. Better balance. Cool. I feel like just for sake of animation, I'm going to take that collar out, because who wants to be trying to move that shape around, you know what I mean? So it's a nice neck. It's a chunky neck. A chunky knit jumper. Yeah. Okay, so now I feel like his arms are too short. I'm just going to like delete that one and work with one for now, because I think that might be easier. I just use skew a lot, man. Why not? At this early stage when you're just figuring stuff out, I think it's totally fine. I think it's all fine. It's just a tool. I keep saying that. I don't know. I'm worried maybe like traditionalists are going to come after me, so I'm using a lot of like couching language. I don't know if you're meant to do this. Sometimes I just do it. Grab that front view, slide it over, lower the opacity, grab this arm, cut and paste, grab the other arm, cut and paste it. I'm going to move that in because I know that's obscured by the body. I'm going to move that out slightly. Squeeze this together, grab this leg, widen it out slightly, grab this one, squidge it in slightly, and then I'll just grab this and knock it out. You've almost got a 3/4 view, you know what I mean? And then like change the feet, change other stuff. It's not that simple. But yeah, it's kind of like a quick and easy way to, I don't know, start your 3/4 view. Obviously the way I did the 3/4 view was a cheat, but I'm kind of just trying to do it quickly, and you can adjust until your heart's content, you know? I really like the idea that like jumpers like tilt to the front, you know? I think I kind of did it. Not really. But yeah, so then maybe I'll go into the 3/4 view and just tilt that down, right? And so the lowest point is here, and then the highest point is here. And yeah, I don't know, I just like it that the elastic is kind of sticking at his bum. It just feels nice when side views for me have like a down shape like that, you know? This little hair flick thing, like, does work as a solution, but it looked a bit ratty. So let's make it like bigger and more deliberate, because I like things to be chunky. I think I might clean it up off camera because that will take quite a while to do. But let's just compare it to the original for now. I squish down and move stuff around, so that's not actually the original. The original looks like that. I just think it's so much cleaner, way more charming. It makes me excited, man. Like, you don't see yourself improve day to day, not really. It's only in hindsight. I think it's cool, man, that like I've come some kind of way in the last 8 years. So I cleaned it up and I made everything more consistent. This footage is sped up like 10,000%, so 3 hours of work is condensed down to like 45 seconds. It took all my willpower not to rotate the canvas while I was cleaning it up, because it's just like second nature. I kept hitting the shortcut and then being like, oh no. Zooming in and out is one thing, but at this speed it's impossible to watch if the canvas is like swinging around as well. So that made cleanup a bit more challenging. I was standing up and rotating my entire body to draw parts of it. Alright, so it's the next day. I've cleaned it up and I've colored it, and I made sure not to have the original open in the file while I did it, because I was hoping that would kind of help me forget what it looked like to maximize the impact of the big reveal. But I do know what it looks like and I can't fake it, so here it is. I love the new one so much. I think it's so much more charming. It's more fun to look at. I know I said I wasn't going to redesign the character dramatically, and I don't think I've done that. Like, stylistically there's a lot of changes. I just think it's more solid and it would move better in animation. I changed the color of his jumper because I just felt like the blue in the original was kind of boring and everything was a bit muddy and desaturated. I'm not very good with color, but I'm trying to get better, and I think I did an okay job. I think it's kind of fun, kind of more vibrant. Drawing is fun. Art is a competition with only yourself, and you can keep improving forever. And just how cool is that, you know? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I would maybe ask that you consider doing that. I'll be back again soon with something else. I don't know what yet, but something. So look out for that. Cheers. Thanks.